Welcome to the Boundless Bible. My name is David Shapiro.
Hey, I'm Javi Marquez.
And I'm Jason Holloway. I don't have a voice, so I can't sing today. Quick questions with David. That's the non-singing version. All right, guys, what question do you have for us today, David?
What is your earliest memory of learning about Jesus?
The earliest memory of learning about Jesus. I have told you guys I grew up in the church. Now, granted, I don't remember starting until like 7 or 8, so it wasn't like a baby type thing. But I was young.
Yeah.
And I remember like the first time going in. It's weird. I have like this really distinct memory of the first time going in. But the first time I really remember like going, oh, this is what it's about, was Vacation Bible School. Like Vacation Bible School,
Okay.
all those like
VBS.
summertime things for me were always big things.
Yeah.
Like they were always, so Jesus centered and fun and happy, and you sing the songs and like, I don't know. It was always, I know I'm like, I have all these songs going through my head right now, but that was the first time I remember it. And I remember thinking, learning about, Jesus is what lights my way. And, hide it under a bush. There's the little Zacchaeus was a wee little man and songs like that. And I just remember thinking like, oh, like he saves and he helps and he refines people. And I just remember just thinking it was a beautiful thing that this Jesus person was the helper of humanity and that he loved me of all people.
Amen.
Yeah.
For me, there were a couple of different times I felt like Jesus was tugging on my heart.
Yeah.
Kind of calling me out. But one of the times that I remember learning about him actually was in the military.
Okay.
And at this point, I had lived my life as a Jewish person. And when I went to the military, and most people in the military are religious in one way or another, because you're looking for God to help you through some of these really tough times. And I went to Jewish studies, and it just didn't feel right. And that was one of the remaining factors that I needed to feel to go, I'm done.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments where I was like, this just isn't it for me. But I did try to go to church, to Christian church in the military.
No way.
And I went a couple of weekends in a row, and I did feel better. I felt safer. I felt better. There's something they give you. It's a little Bible. It fits in your shirt pocket. They call it the Bulletproof Bible.
Oh, yeah?
Because there are stories of soldiers who had it on the battlefield, and when they were shot, the bullet actually went into the book didn't kill them.
That's
so they call it a Bulletproof Bible.
Oh, wow.
And they tell you to carry it with you and all. And I just remember having this real feeling of peace.
Wow.
With Jesus for the first time ever, and not really knowing a whole lot about him yet.
Yep.
Just going, this is where I need to find that peace. And I started believing in this book, that I
Before
never
you knew
even
anything about
read.
it, right?
I didn't open it. Just having it in my pocket, and that was enough.
Yeah, he taught you about himself directly.
That was it.
That's crazy.
That's good. For me, my earliest memory would be a depiction of Jesus. And, those,
nice.
yeah, like those depictions of him, like this white guy with blue eyes and like beautiful wavy hair, and I look at him and I go,
Your Jesus was a surfer.
yeah, like this beautiful man. Look at this picture, and I have a really strong image of that in my head of this man, and it was like carved up. I think it was like Santeria or something. So
Probably.
it was like on a candle or something, right? So, or something like that. So that's my memory, is just really seeing this thing, this image, and that's really it. And I never really know anything further than that of who this person is or what's going on here. And I think every time I ever heard about Jesus in that point, it was very distant, right? It was very this distant guy that did these things or had this power, and that's it. It never felt, there was no relationship part of it whenever I heard Jesus in his name. It was more this divine thing. So that's my memory that I could remember of just like the image of Jesus and the beauty of Jesus. And it was, I don't know.
Do you remember how old you were when that picture got burnt in your memory?
I think I was maybe 8. I was about 8, and I remember where we were living. We were living in Queens at the time, and
the good borough.
Yeah, the good borough.
The good borough.
I was living in Queens, and I just remember this image. And my mom had this area of, like I said, it could be like the Santeria thing, but maybe I shouldn't say much. But yeah, I just saw it there, and I've always remembered that image, and I think it brought peace, right? It brought some kind of peace, but I just felt like that image is what gave the peace rather than this, what I know now,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
this relationship of God. So there is that distinction.
All right.
Cool.
Interesting.
See, always good to learn new stuff, guys.
All
All right. Thanks
Thank you.
for joining us.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.